when you barely have time to finish one project, why not just throw another project in the mix? It's time to replace my fence. And I told my neighbor, hey, I'll do the work. You go in halfsies on the material, it'll be better quality than before. And he said, sure, why not? So I just had Chris rip out all the old fence boards. I'm trying to pull out all the old posts, which is definitely something I underestimated how much work that would be. Digging and prying and pulling and everything. So got real thirsty. It's a nice dry day today, so I had to take a moment for some hydration. And decided to show you guys the progress. So we're working on it. So definitely more to come in a series I'm entitling What the Hell Did I Get Myself Into? I don't know if you know this or not, but when contractors are hired to build a fence, they don't always do the most superb job they possibly can. Who knew? These holes are only about an inch wider than each of the posts, which is not as wide as they're supposed to be. So after halfway done with all these posts, I decided it's time to use a different muscle. Maybe the muscle in my head instead of the muscle in my back, and maybe employ something I like to call leverage. So this may be a little easier to get these guys out. So wish I thought of that sooner. No concrete on that one. No wonder it rotted away. Wonder if it has something to do with this electrical box. The reason these are all rotting away is because the people who poured the concrete in here used as little as possible. They poured the concrete up to probably about here, and then filled the rest with soil so they wouldn't have to use any more concrete, and then the grass was here. Well, what ended up happening was it rotted away. You're supposed to pour concrete above the soil line, and that keeps water from rotting the wood away. So we'll try to do that when we pour the new ones. Everything seems to be going this way. I don't want to grow up, when I finally do grow up, and live in a world where everything's low quality, everything's half-ass. I mean, just good enough to get a paycheck. That's what a sad society that is. Maybe we're already there, I don't know, but by the looks of construction work that was done in 2005, 17 years ago, you can see just how shoddy the job was. None of them have enough concrete in them to make them last. Whatever. All right, well, off to Home Depot. I'm gonna get some posts and some concrete, and we'll see if we can get some of these set. I don't know if you guys ever give much thought to how much weight you're putting in your car when you buy lumber or whatever. I went ahead and got 35 bags of concrete. That's only 2.5 per post, and the internet says I need 4. So I know the holes are a lot narrower than they're supposed to be, so I should be pretty good, but I loaded it all up, and we're definitely gonna be testing out these shocks. I'm gonna be taking it slow. Somebody just pulled up and said, you need a trailer. I said, yeah, I know. I've already got one. It's at home with dirt bikes on it. I thought I could get away without it, but we'll see. We're gonna take it slow. 35 bags of concrete at 50 pounds a piece, 1,750 pounds plus, soaking wet, pressure treated, 4x4s, at least a few hundred pounds of that. So we're looking at, I don't know, 2,200 pounds on a half-ton chassis. But we survived. Finally got me some help. Good work, guys, good work. $190 fence pickets. See if we can make the axles drag again. Well, here's the fence. Got it done. Took 1 day for the post and the concrete, then 2 days to build the fence, 1 more afternoon to build this gate for my neighbor. What I have left to do is build this portion out here a little longer to cover those windows, add a gate there, and we did decide we're going to go ahead and add a 3rd rail here to keep these from warping over time. This is the 3rd and hopefully final trip to the lumber store. Got another $400 and something worth of lumber here, but this is for the extra piece I'm adding, extending it around the windows around our kitchen. So got a little bit more work to do on it. So Caleb and I are digging the new holes for the fence, and we struck irrigation pipe and cracked one. So we'll have to fix that real quick. I do have the piece, whoops, that we would need to fix it. Here's the problem. It's always very difficult to fix an inline repair because these pipes slide together. This old pipe's not going anywhere, even if I can cut it. So I can slide one on. How do I slide the other on? So what you have to do is you have to dig, well, there's 2 ways. You can dig far enough back so that you can bend this pipe up to about here, slide it on, and then as you slide it back down, it comes together. Or what most people do is they just put 2 elbows where it comes out this way, back in. That way you can put the elbows on, glue them in place, the first elbows. Second set of elbow would look like a handle, and it would slide on like this. So I don't have any elbows. I've got the inline repair. I'm just gonna try to dig this back real quick and see if I can get it back far enough to do the option A. Got a pretty nice bend here. Might be just fine. So the first step is to hit all the mating surfaces with a little sandpaper. Any surface you want to stick needs to be rough, whether that's glue or paint, whatever that is. You want a little bit of a rough surface for the molecules to grab a hold of. Hit it with a little primer, then glue. Do one side at a time. we're done. It'll harden up in about 5 seconds. Be good as new. So I left it a little bit uncovered. I'm gonna go turn the water pressure back on just to make sure we don't have any leaks before I totally bury it. Easy. What an adventure. Got the 3 posts in, got the pipe fixed. Caleb just ran out and said the internet doesn't work. I don't know what that's about, but it worked 10 minutes ago, so it can't be the line here. So, all right, that's gonna hang it up for tonight. We'll let these posts harden up and then build our fence tomorrow. So we chopped up the old fence and threw it away in the garbage. It was all right here. But they don't take concrete, apparently, so they left that part here. So we spent a little bit of time breaking all the concrete off of the posts, and we're gonna throw that away a little bit at a time. Don't tell anybody. We're gonna put a little bit in the trash can for the next few weeks and get rid of it that way. Apparently we actually dug this hole too deep. This was too low. So I'm gonna have to put a little spacer in here to make the rail the right height. Did that, but the wood split. So I had to intentionally put screws in specific spots so they don't line up with its own grain from another nail or screw. Might prevent it from splitting. So we got another little snag here. It is not lining up at all. You see the top rail is totally curved. Bottom rail I can make straight, but it won't match. It's like that second post. We got that guy poured about 3 inches too far to the left. So that's what happens when you use 10 and 13-year-olds, but that's okay. No problem. We can deal with it. Just got to get clever. All right, that is about 80% better. You know what? I know how I can deal with that. And the way this one fits in there is it's got a cut. It's only attached really here because of the shape of that. I can take this one out, flip it around. That'll put the majority of the board on this side. That'll be a little awkward, but nobody's gonna see that. It's inside the yard. That'll put the majority of the fence. We'll move this over as if this post was not here. It'll be as if this post was here. So that should fix it. right, this part is finished. I'm really happy with the idea to put the bottom rail on there. I may go back and add that to the rest of the fence. We'll see. This is the general size and shape of the gate that I like and that I want. So got it just kind of pieced together, a couple screws. So I'll flip it over, screw all the fence boards in, and then we'll hang it. All right, I've got the gate hung, and it is heavy. Kind of large, but got it lined up right. Had to trim a little off the gate to get it to fit just right. And now I just need to install the latching hardware, which I've got here, but it faces the wrong way for what I need. Luckily, it is reversible. And there we are. All I had to do was take that bolt off, flip the hardware over, reconnect the string to the new hole, put the bolt back on, and now it opens from the other way. So this guy will go on right here. And then as the gate closes, it'll latch itself. All right, I added a 2x4 here for stability. Locks up nice. Well, since I built the front portion of the fence, I changed the design a little bit. I did do 3 rows on that one, which I did find out is better. Who knew 3 was better than 2? But so I did decide to go back and change everything and add 3 rows to the entire length of the fence. So I took the middle board here, moved it down. I undid all the screws in it, moved it down, reinstalled it, and then added a 3rd rail in the middle. The concrete is installed the way it should be, where it will keep rain off of the posts, and we've got 3 rails. The screws are screwed in at the top, middle, and bottom, preventing any bowing, so it should last a good 15 to 20 more years like this. So finally happy with it. Can finally sleep at night knowing that this project is done. All right, thanks for watching.